A company has a PV ratio of 40%. Compute by what percentage must sales be increased to offset a 20% reduction in selling price. So initially the company's PV ratio is 40%. It has to offset a 20% reduction in selling price, right? So we have the concept here is the contribution will remains the same. That is the concept. And in order to find the revised sale value, we have formula. The revised sale value is equal to desired contribution by revised PV ratio. What is the formula for revised sale value? Desired contribution by revised PV ratio. And what is the formula for revised sales quantity? Desired contribution by revised PV ratio into revised selling price per unit. So here what are the unknowns? Revised selling price per unit we need to find, revised PV ratio we need to find, and what is the desired contribution also we need to find. So initially the PV ratio was 40%. Let's suppose the selling price per unit as 100. From PV ratio's equation we can find out the contribution per unit. PV ratio is equal to contribution by sales into 100, right? So PV ratio 40 is equal to contribution by 100. So contribution is equal to 40 into 100. 100 into 40%. Contribution per unit is 40. So sale price minus variable cost gives what? Contribution. Selling price is 100, contribution per unit is 40. What will be the variable cost per unit? It will be 60. Now the question in the question it says that the selling price is reduced by 20%. The new selling price is what? Revised selling price. Revised selling price is 100 minus 20%, 80. So we get one unknown variable. Next, variable cost per unit will remain the same, right? Variable cost per unit will be 60. So we can find the revised contribution per unit. Revised contribution is equal to selling price minus variable cost. 80 minus 60 gives 20. Now we can also find the revised PV ratio. Revised PV ratio is equal to contribution by selling price into 100. That is 20 by 80 into 100, 25%. But they need to maintain the contribution, right? So the desired contribution level will be 40 in both the cases. Now let's find what is the revised sale value. Revised sale value is equal to desired contribution by revised PV ratio. Desired contribution we have already found out, it is 40, divided by revised PV ratio we also found out. Revised PV ratio is what? Revised PV ratio is 25%. Now we will get the revised sale value as 160. Initially it was 100 and now it becomes 160. So sale value needs to be increased by what? 60%. Now we have to find the revised sale quantity. Revised sale quantity formula: desired contribution by revised PV ratio into revised selling price per unit. Desired contribution is 40, revised PV ratio is 25%, and revised selling price per unit is 80. Right, so by substituting we will get it as 2. So the sale quantity needs to be doubled. Hope it is clear.